on my father's side, on the Rendon side, my grandfather came from Sinaloa, Mexico, and then my grandmother was from Mexico as well. On my mother's side, the family's from Mexico City, and a lot of time in Sonora, where my mother was born. But my dad was born here.
I understand your father was an organizer and member of Local 396.
Yes.
And was when you was a child, he was already part of the Teamsters Union,
Yes.
correct? Can you tell us a little bit?
Sure, it goes further back than that. So my dad retired from Local 396 about 5 years ago, and out of the solid waste industry, which was a lot of immigrant workers, and enjoy good contracts today because of the work of Local 396 and him in part as a business representative. But it goes further back to my grandfather, Ignacio. He was, in the early 40s, an organizer for the Teamsters Central Produce Market in downtown LA. And at one point, he was the head of a taxi cab union with the Teamsters in the 70s. We're 3 generations deep. In 1989, I was a sophomore in college, and I started working on the freight docks in Vernon at A&R and at Sterling in Montebello. So when I joined the union in 1989. So I was a rank and file member while I was going to school, casually. Over the holidays, I learned the value of work. I understood what it was to be a Teamster growing up in that home, but then especially when I started working and joined the union and paid initiation. So that led me to finish up school, and after grad school, after some other work I did, I came home in 95 and started up with Teamsters Local 63 with Randy Kamek on organizing, and here we are 22 years later. I've been working at Joint Council 42 as the political director for the last 16 years.
Your job in Joint Council 42, what is what you do, what do you accomplish on a daily basis?
Sure. In Joint Council 42, I'm the Director of Public Affairs. So our region is comprised of 3 states. We have Southern California, we have Southern Nevada, and we represent members in Hawaii, Guam, and Saipan. That's the single largest joint council in the whole country, over 150,000 members. And as of late, we've had about 50,000 public employee unions join the Teamsters. So we're predominantly a private sector union, but we've had a lot of public sector members join in as well. So with that, it's a large jurisdiction geographically, but also in terms of representation with members of Congress, the state legislatures, all the local city offices, county board of supervisors, school boards, the community college boards, the water districts. So it's a daunting task to work in that jurisdiction, but I do it with the assistance of many political coordinators from each local union.
And you also involved, or you the executive director of the San Gabriel Valley Council Alliance?
San Gabriel Valley Civic Alliance.
Civic Alliance. And what's the purpose of the San Gabriel Valley Civic Alliance? Are they looking partnership between business and labor and public sector?
It's a real interesting story of the San Gabriel Valley Civic Alliance. As I just mentioned, the jurisdiction and the work I do with all these electeds and the locals, again, is daunting. There's a lot of responsibilities that go with that job. But 7 years ago, AFSCME members and in the water district specifically, and some private sector, actually waste management in Baldwin Park, and Teamsters, a lot of us were working on local government issues, and we had one thing in common, is we were always working from behind. It always seems like we were putting out a fire, if you will, and there wasn't a proactive strategic approach to regional issues. So at the time I had a choral fellow named Sean Holliday, who is now in the Congo teaching. He's a great choral alumni, did research on the region, and he was able to tell us that there's a disconnect in this region. People don't know where to talk to each other. Labor, government, the business, chamber of commerce didn't know how to get in communication with labor. There was this big void. And if you look at the region, it's 44 cities in LA County. It's a large area that comes right through from LA into the Inland Empire and down to Orange County. So we formed this group, and we emphasized labor, business, government, education, and community leaders organizing in a nonpartisan environment. We don't do political work. We address issues, regional issues, economic issues, policy issues, but we do it collectively, and we do it with nonpartisanship. So it's been a tremendous network of innovation and ideas, be it solar, digital divide with Latino students in the classroom that need access to this internet, to water issues, specifically stormwater collection issues. So we take on the big issues of the day, and also we're going to go into biotech jobs in the biotech corridor, which connects with the stormwater collection project that we're doing in the San Gabriel Valley. So we're a gathering place of ideas, and we like to solve problems. So I'm very proud of the work we do there, and we welcome any ideas to our organization.
The Corona Leadership Award. Can you tell us how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm very honored. I've been involved as the leader of the Teamsters for 22 years, and frankly, I haven't received too many awards, which is fine. So I am very honored to be recognized for my work in the community as a Latino, as a union leader, as political director. And I'm well aware of my background, as it was asked about my history with my family. It's something that I take pride in. It's part of who I am. I've taught it to my children, and I think it's important to be a leader in our community, and not only to lead to do good things, but to put the hand out and help others. And I will spend the rest of my career, be it in labor or working with my nonprofit, to open up opportunities that were opened up for me many years ago. And that's something that I hope to continue the legacy of Burke Corona by being an inspirational leader for our community.
Okay, well, thank you.
And I want to thank everybody for attending tonight and supporting this great organization. The work they do is vital to our community, and I forever will be engaged here as an honoree and as a recipient. But a special thanks to all of my labor brothers and sisters out there who are supporting this organization, and I really appreciate the help tonight and the support. Thank you.